Yo, what is up YouTube? Back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the NFC West and which team is going to win it. So the NFC West consists of some of the best teams in the NFL. Coming into the season, I thought all of these teams were going to be pretty good. Turns out I was right, obviously. The 49ers, though, this team had the most potential. It was in the Super Bowl the season before, but all the injuries just piled up, and this team is basically out of contention for this NFC West. So let's eliminate them from the talk. With that in mind, there are three other teams in this division: the Arizona Cardinals, the Los Angeles Rams, and the Seattle Seahawks, all with winning records and currently all in playoff contention. In first place of the NFC West is the LA Rams, 7-3 record. They are first place because they beat the Seattle Seahawks in a head-to-head matchup and gives them the advantage over the 7-3 Seahawks. Now the Arizona Cardinals, they are 6-4, third place. A very, very close third place. They were in first place of this division at one point in time. But that loss on Thursday Night Football to the Seahawks actually dropped them to third. If they won that game, they would currently be tied for first place in the NFC West with the Rams. So now I want to talk about which team I think is the best. Off the bat, I think the Cardinals and the Seahawks are pretty similar teams. The Cardinals definitely got the better defense, but the Seahawks definitely have the better offense with Russell Wilson just absolutely tearing up. But of course, Kyler Murray is putting up numbers himself. The Cardinals offense is also ranked one of the best in the league. I believe it's the number one rushing offense in the league, along with the Ravens or something like that. Both of these teams are similar. They split the series 1-1 this year. They both won at home. Both of those teams are pretty even. But these teams aren't comparable to the Rams because they're completely different teams. The Rams pride themselves on defense. Their defense is the reason why they win, and their offense is good enough to score touchdowns. The Rams' defense is definitely the best defense out of all three of these teams, and definitely their offense is worse than the Seahawks and the Cardinals. So these are completely different teams. Seahawks and Cardinals are most alike, and the Rams are just completely different. I believe that if any three of these teams play each other, the home team would probably win every game. So debating which team is the best kind of makes no sense, because it doesn't really matter if you think about it. All that matters is what record the team ends up with at the end of the season. But if you wanted my opinion on which team is the best, I'd honestly say the Rams are the best, because I believe teams with the best defenses end up winning the most games and end up winning in the playoffs where it really matters. But the Cardinals and Seahawks offenses are so elite that I can't count them out. So in front of you is a graphic that I made in like 2 seconds. It's not really anything good, but it shows you the remaining schedule for the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. The NFC West plays the NFC East, which is basically a birthday gift. And they also do play the AFC East, which is kind of a birthday gift if you think about it. But if you look at all of these schedules, you'll notice that one schedule looks really, really easy. One schedule looks, medium difficulty, and then the other schedule looks harder than the other two. If you already guessed it, it looks like the Seattle Seahawks have the easiest remaining schedule of these three teams. The Cardinals' schedule is in the middle, and then the Rams seem to have the hardest schedule. This is definitely up to interpretation. Maybe the Cardinals have a harder schedule than the Rams, but both of these schedules are a lot harder than the Seahawks, and that's really all that matters. And since I believe Seattle's schedule is the easiest of the remaining three, I'm going to start with them first. So this is currently week 12. All three of these teams have already had their bye weeks. And as you can see, the Rams play the 49ers, Seahawks play the Eagles, Cardinals play the Patriots. Those are all week 12. And then you go down the list. So starting with the Seahawks, week 12 at the Philadelphia Eagles. We've seen this before, actually twice last season. With the same score of 17-9, the Seahawks beat the Eagles in Philly twice. I expect the same outcome, and I expect the Seahawks to score more points than they did last year. The Philadelphia Eagles are an embarrassment to the NFL. I expect the Seahawks to win that game. The following week, they host the New York Giants. That is also a very easy NFC East opponent. Once again, the Seattle Seahawks should win this game. The Giants are not good. And then the following week, once again, a gift from God. They play the other New York football team, the worst team in the NFL, the New York Jets. And they should easily win that game. The following week, they go on the road and play the Washington football team, another NFC East opponent, another horrible team. And Seattle should win this game. And if they don't, then they're horrible. That's all I gotta say, really. So Seattle definitely should start the rest of the season 4-0, like 100% they should. But then they actually play a good team, the Los Angeles Rams. This game is definitely the most important game for the Seahawks and the Rams because the winner of this game basically wins the division. So right there, I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause because as you can see, the last 2 games on all 3 of these teams' schedules are versus divisional rivals, and that's all that matters. So count the 4 wins, and let's move on to the Arizona Cardinals. So now we look at the Cardinals' schedule, and some of these opponents are decent, and especially the Rams, they're good. But if you look at like the NFC East opponents, Giants, Eagles, come on. But week 12, they go on the road and they play the Patriots. I definitely think this game is going to be projected to be closer than you think. By the end of the day, you know the Cardinals are better than the Patriots, and they should win this game. Especially in the circumstances of not winning the NFC West and potentially even falling out of the wild card. The Cardinals need to win this game. I think they're better than the Patriots. Give them the W. Now, the following week, they host the Los Angeles Rams, and this is a very important game for both teams. If the Cardinals lose this game, they better just wish the division title hopes goodbye because there's no way they're coming back from that. I think the Rams are better than the Cardinals. Their defense has the ability to win this game for them. Their defensive line is effective against the run, really good against the run, which is basically the strength of the Arizona Cardinals offense. And when you've got Jalen Ramsey on DeAndre Hopkins the entire game, it's just a mismatch. Even though the Cardinals are at home, I think they're going to lose this game. But then the following week, they get another birthday present. They play the New York Giants on the road. This potentially could be a trap game for the Cardinals, I admit, because the New York Giants, along with the Cardinals, are looking to win their division. The Giants have the opportunity to, and they'll probably look to win this game. I'm not surprised if the Giants win this one, but honestly, at the end of the day, I think the Cardinals should reign on top and win this game. And the last game of this 4-game stretch is at home against the Eagles. The Eagles, come on now, give me the Cardinals by 30 points. So looking at that, the Cardinals, for the next 4 games, are going to win 3 of them and lose to the Los Angeles Rams. Now we got the Los Angeles Rams. I think they got the toughest schedule remaining because it's mostly against divisional rivals. Starting with week 12, they host the 49ers. I don't think this game's going to be a problem for them. Obviously, the 49ers are just beat up, injuries. The Rams coming off a dominant win. I think the Rams should easily win this game. I expect the 49ers to give them some trouble, though, because the 49ers actually already beat them this season at home. I was really surprised when that happened, but it did happen. And the 49ers, I believe, were on a bye week. They have the perfect opportunity to upset the Rams. But when you think about it, the 49ers are just going to throw picks. The Rams should clap the 49ers. Next, like I said, they play against the Arizona Cardinals. Already talked about this one. I think they're going to win this game in an upset fashion. The following week, they host the Patriots. Super Bowl 52 rematch. The Patriots definitely aren't the same team as they were 2 seasons ago. The Rams look even better. Give me the Rams by 20 points. They want their revenge. And like I said, a gift. They host the New York Jets. Give me the Rams by 50. So I think the Rams are going to go 4-0 in the next 4 games. Put it on the board. Now this is where it gets interesting because as you can see, this is basically a race between the Rams and the Seahawks. Eliminate the Cardinals from this because even if the Cardinals win out, it looks like the Rams and the Seahawks would also get 1 win off of that, meaning the Cardinals do not have a shot at winning the NFC West unless they beat the Rams week 13, which I don't see happening. Plop a wild card spot for the Cardinals. They deserve it. Maybe they'll stir up some chaos in the playoffs. So looking at their Cardinals' remaining games, it really does come down to the winner of the Rams versus Seahawks week 16 matchup. Because the Rams win that game, they will definitely bench their starters week 17, and the Cardinals could get a free win. So I'll talk about that later. So the game of the year, the most important game that the Rams and Seahawks will play, is week 16 against each other. Here's the scenario for you. If the Rams win this game, they win the NFC West because the Rams would have swept the divisional matchup between them, and ultimately at the end of the day, it wouldn't matter if they have the same record. But if the Seahawks win this matchup, then they will win the NFC West. It's not a given at that point in time, but if you think about it, they go on the road and play the 49ers week 17, and they're definitely going to win that game and end the season with a better record than the Rams. So the question is, who's going to win this game? And the answer to that question is I have no idea. Like I said before, I think the Rams are the best of these 3 teams, but I also do think home field advantage is very important in an NFC West matchup. The Rams could easily win this game. They already have won this game at home. But will they win this game on the road? That's the question. And the answer to that question is yes. I do believe the Rams are going to pull off the upsets at Seattle week 16. I say this because they have 2 home games the week before. They don't have to go on the road anywhere. They're nice and comfy. Even if they get injured, it won't be that bad. The Seahawks, on the other hand, they have to travel all the way across the country and play Washington the week before, come home, and then play another really good defense against the Rams, who already beat them this season. If you're asking me, I think the Rams should win this game. They have the better team. They'll have the rest. Seattle is going to choke the division once again. So looking at your screen, the rest of the games are going to fill in. The Rams, they're going to beat Seattle. The Seahawks, they're going to lose to the Rams. And the Cardinals, they're going to beat the 49ers. That is all week 16. The following week 17, the Rams will already have clinched the NFC West. Maybe fighting for first seed. We're going to have to see. I'm going to assume the Rams are fighting for the first seed. And since I'm assuming that, I'm going to say the Rams are going to start their starters and beat the Cardinals at home. The Seahawks, they go on the road against the 49ers. They're winning that game. And the Cardinals, like I said before, they aren't winning on the road against the Rams. So I believe the Rams have the same opportunity as the Seahawks to win the NFC West. It all really does come down to week 16 and who wins that game. And I think the Rams are going to win that one. The Cardinals, sadly, good fight, but you're going to get a wild card spot. Who's going to win the NFC West? The Rams are going to win the NFC West and maybe win the Super Bowl with that dominant defense. I'm not a Rams fan. I actually despise them because they lost to the Patriots. But still, the Rams look like the clear favorites to win it all. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Adios.